What do you think didn't work out today?
Kind of everything probably.
Mm.
I mean, I think the game one was really bad. Like, actually, I don't really know a lot because I feel like I wasn't part of a lot of bad stuff that happened. I didn't really see it live, and then now I didn't review the game yet, so I don't know what we actually did wrong. Um, but it felt like really, really hard to play game one, and then game two, we we got like some stuff we did good, I guess, but a lot of stuff we were also just not doing anything. Um, so yeah, it just felt really, really hard to win. Like there's a very low chance that we would win any of those two games.
Yeah. What do you think, like in game two? Like, what do you think is like the key moment where it, changed the game?
Uh, I think it's when we start Nash, we get like a really good pick on Kai'Sa, and we start Nash, and I think we had a good setup, but then I mean, I again didn't review the game, but we fuck up the Nash sequence where we should be turning and fighting them. Um, then they get Nash, and then uh, it's just hard. They are like a really, really good team. So any small thing you give them, they will punish you very hard. And we are like a not so good team, so any mistake we do usually gets punished like a lot more because we don't adapt well to the mistakes we do.
Yeah. Has it been tough with like a lot of new players in this roster? How do you feel about like playing
I
together?
mean, I think this split is a lot more fun, also a lot more like live. I would say the last split where I was in SK before we changed three players, um, it felt really like depressed and people were very negative. Um, and I can't really compare those two splits by results because I think they are kind of similar, but we play way less this split than we play last split. And to me, it felt like last split we were like worse. Um, Games were like really random. And this split, I feel like, I mean, last split was my first time in LEC, and I still had to learn a lot. Now this split, I feel kind of very comfortable with myself, but I feel like there's a lot of stuff going around wrong in the team. Um, so yeah, it's definitely easier to work in this split than last split because of the atmosphere, but we are still playing really bad and we are not utilizing our practice.
But do you still feel kind of hopeful with this new roster?
Depends. Like when we go 0-2, I thought like, oh, I know how the format works, right? Where the last team will not make it, and your split is over after four best of threes. When we lost the first two series, 0-2, I thought it's looking really really rough. But then I remember the format, and I remember that the schedule where we play Heretics next, and they were 0-2 as well, and I knew they were not good at team, so I was really hopeful for the Heretics game. And yeah, I think we won it, like not confidently. The game was really, really close. We could have also lost there, and our split would have been probably over back then. Um, and then after the Heretics game, I had a lot of hope. Um, and I'm still very hopeful because right now our season kind of depends on BDS winning Heretics, and I think BDS is a better team than Heretics. But I think if we go into playoffs, we will play a best of five against the team from the other group, and if we play like we are playing right now, then we will for sure lose this game. So yeah, we just need to practice more, and every single scrim is like really, really important. And yeah, that's kind of a rough time because you don't have actually so much time to practice.
Yeah. Do you think you have a good chance to go to playoff right now,
Yeah, I
as it
think
looks?
so. I think BDS is better than Heretics,
Mm.
but I just learned that because we lost to G2 2-0, BDS is now in playoffs at least, and now they're only playing for um, third or fourth place, I think. So now it's not on them anymore to like do or, do or die.
Mm.
But for Heretics it is. Heretics is do or die. They need to win to get to playoffs. So I'm hoping that BDS is like still in the same mindset that they need to be doing this or they're out of playoffs, you know. So,
Mm.
but if they are, I think BDS will win against Heretics.
Okay. what are your expectations like if you're going to playoffs? Do you feel confident or?
Yeah, generally I'm always very positive about everything, so I feel confident, but I know how we play. I mean, I know that we play really bad against G2 now, but I feel like uh, for me it was fine to play. I didn't feel super pressured, but we as a team obviously get really fucked by G2, and I think that's just because they are like a really, really good team. I am a bit more confident that we would do better against other teams because G2 is just another level right now. So yeah, I am confident for playoffs, but we need to improve a lot to like practice even more. Which team are we gonna play? Like maybe Koi, Giants? I don't know who's like on the other side. Those teams, if we play like we are playing right now, we lose to them. So I'm confident that we will practice and we will work harder and learn faster. So this way, I'm kind of also confident that we can make it in playoffs.
Yeah, so you think with a lot of practice you can go pretty far, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You were talking about the format. What do you think about the LEC format this year?
I had a similar one when I was playing in the French league, the LFL. But back then I didn't need to worry about being last place because I was usually first place in the ERL. Now it's the other way around. Now I know how it feels like to be one of those teams that your season is very fast over if you go last place, and it's very, very hard. Yeah, I don't know what is like the upsides of the format. Probably you're getting like really hype playoffs for this instead. But I don't know. I usually like a long regular season because you need time to work as a team. You need like time to practice. So I'm not the biggest fan of the format, but I think it's fine. Like you get probably a very entertaining product out of it, and you will see less of the last place teams, which is probably also good for viewership. But I would hope that you don't see less of SK Gaming because of this. I hope we get out, you know.
Yeah, but you also have like less opponents, like with the 2 brackets.
Yeah.
How do you feel about like you're kind of locked in with only a few teams to play against?
I mean, I'm happy that last split I got to play against all teams in LEC. Last split we played 9 best of 3s against all teams. So I'm happy that I don't miss out on playing against any team because I want to play every team possible. Now in summer we don't get this chance. It's just like a new vibe, I guess. Like it's just different format. You need to see how it works for you, but it's not that big of a change, I would say. Just playing like only 4 teams, you know.
Yeah, and like now it's also like best of 3. Do you like that type of format too, or would you prefer it to be like 1 game and then you play more games in total?
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm good with best of 3s.
Yeah.
Because best of 1 would mean no fearless, and fearless I think is like a really big change. I remember like all the last years how different practice was. You would just be practicing over and over the same comps, the same champions, which is also cool in itself because you would kind of try to master how to play with like one comp instead of now you need to practice 20 different comps for competitive, and you don't know what you're gonna play in competitive. So there's upside and downsides to it. But I like playing best of 3s because I think if you are like a bottom tier team and you have a best of 1 format, you maybe don't even make it to playoffs, which means that you would probably miss out on playing best of 5s or best of 3s. So you would only be playing best of 1s throughout the whole year, and yeah, that would be kind of boring. Like I think a mix is nice, but also only playing best of 3s into best of 5s is also good. I like the current way.
And do you like the meta lately? Like, does it play into SK's way to play? Like your style?
I don't know. I don't know what the meta right now is. I think it doesn't really matter like what is right now meta, because in LEC usually all teams play the same, and they all adapt to what's meta. So I think you can't really use the excuse of that the meta is not fitting to you right now, because if you think you are comfortable on something else, you can play this, but it's just worse. So you will practice this anyway, and the meta is not something crazy right now. It's like there's like objectives being fought. Then there's early lane swaps, which is maybe something different to normal, but it has been in the game now for a long time. So I think the meta is pretty standard, and it doesn't really favor anyone. Everyone is having the same